Namaste, everybody. Let's start today with how to move from mediocrity to being elite. Okay, so I just want some feedback from you. Let me just check my settings. Just a minute. Okay, how's the audio? Can you all hear me? Just type audio if you can hear me. Just type clear if you can hear me. Okay, I hope the audio. Okay, great. Let's begin. Okay, great. Thank you for your feedback. Let's begin. All right, I hope you're very excited about how to stop being mediocre and be elite instead. Wonderful. Let's start. Mhm. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Great. So let's begin. First sentence. Don't miss the obvious. Okay, what's obvious? Mediocre people get mediocre results. Elite people get elite results, and this should be obvious. But surprisingly, mediocre people feel entitled to elite results without being elite themselves. Have you seen this happening? Is that you? If it's you, then don't miss the obvious. If you want elite results, you have to be elite. You cannot be mediocre and get anything but mediocre results. That's all you're going to get. Okay, nothing else. Okay, good. Who are you? There's two images of who you are. One is called the social image. It's like an iceberg. The things on top, and then the self image is under the surface. Okay, just like an iceberg. Okay, this is on the surface of the iceberg. You are your occupation and your faith and your country and your society defines you. Okay, you're an Indian and I don't know, Hindu, software engineer, doctor, whatever you are. Okay, that's your definition of who you are. And then there's something called social reputation. Okay, if you meet social expectations, you'll have a good reputation. If you don't meet social expectations, your social reputation will go down. Okay, and then there's social contracts. What you're committed to doing when you even when you don't think about it. So what does that mean? That means we have some automatic responses to social situations. If somebody says get married, then get married. Okay. Somebody says have kids, we have kids. Somebody says get a job, we'll get a job. Okay. We don't even think about it. We just do it. Okay. So that's called social contracts. Okay. So all of these are your social image. All right, great. But what's your self image? These are below the surface. Nobody can see it. It's your self reputation, okay? So expectations you have by of yourself, if you don't meet them, then you will become miserable. Okay, that's your self reputation. If you don't meet society's expectations, you need not become miserable. But when you don't meet your expectations, you will be miserable, guaranteed. Okay, and you'll have a bad reputation about yourself when you don't meet your own expectations, and when you don't have any expectations you still have a bad reputation. The key to having a good self reputation is having good expectations of yourself and meeting them. Okay, your physiological functions and your mindset, these are also you. And mindset is quite complicated. Physiological functions are also complicated, but we'll not get into them. But you are your physiological functions. If your gut is not working, you'll be mental, for example. Okay, so there are many such things like that. Your physiological functions can reflect on who you are if they're not working properly. You'll be a different person if you're blind. You'll be a different person without one arm. You'll be a different person if you have a broken circadian rhythm and hormonal problems. Okay, so all that will change your personality. Now, in the mindset, it's largely made up of these four things: thoughts, feelings, emotions, and frames. And we have to be aware of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and frames, and the difference between feelings and emotions. Who knows the difference between feelings and emotions? Feelings are sensations that come in your body, they're felt in the body. But emotions are meaning given to those feelings. Emotion is the meaning given to those feelings. Okay, so you, when that feeling becomes part of your story in some way, then they become an emotion. Okay, so somebody scratches my car. I have a physical sensation of him scratching my car. When I come out and then I look and I say, "This is a great injustice." Now I'm part of a story where injustice has been done to me. Now I have an emotion called anger. Okay, like that. I hope it's clear. Is it clear? Is the difference between feelings and emotions clear? Type uh, FC, FEC, feelings and emotions clear. Type FEC in the chat box if your feelings and emotions are clear. Okay, next. If the difference between feelings and emotions are clear. Feelings are only the sensation. I feel the thud of someone scratching my car, and then when I come out and see the scratch, and say, how can you do this? Then it's part of a story where injustice has happened to me. When I make it part of my story, then I get an emotion. Okay, so it depends on how I make it part of my story. I make it part of a story that yeah, this guy has an alcohol problem, and that's why he came into my car. Then I'll treat him with more concern. I'll say, oh, you got addicted to alcohol? You can't stop now. And then maybe I can help him out. And if I help him out, maybe he'll pay for the damage done to my car. Anyway, I got insurance, so there's no need to get stressed out, right? So it depends on how you make it part of the story. You'll feel emotions. So you can either feel anger or compassion. Depends on what story you make. Okay, is that clear? It's a big thing, guys. If you get the distinction between feelings and emotions, then you can stop at your feelings and you can convert them into a positive emotions by adding a good story. Any feeling can be converted into a positive emotion. If you got kidney stones, also you can convert it into a positive emotion. Did you know that? Did you know that? Huh? Remember that if you ever get kidney stones, you can change it by putting it into your story. Okay? Yeah, it's a pretty big revelation, says Avinash. Okay, good. Okay, it is. If you understand this one thing, then you can take all your feelings and you can convert them right away into emotions. So now we were talking about kidney stones. I have kidney stones. I can say, "Oh my God, life is so unpredictable. I don't know what's going to happen to me." That's the story. You're gonna have fear. You're gonna have fear when you have that emotion. If you can convert this into, wow, here's one more thing I don't know, a fantastic opportunity to learn something. And that's how I learned why we get kidney stones, and I stopped getting kidney stones. You can also do it. Anybody can do it. Okay, but you need to find out why it's happening. Whatever is happening with you, to find out why. And if you look at it as an opportunity to learn, you can learn. So simple. Hmm? Okay. So rather as a doctor, she's saying driving away my patients. Yeah. Sorry, doc. Okay. Let's go on. Mm, so frames. Frames are your image of others and the image of the paradigm or the environment. Okay, so let's show you. Yeah, it's your image of others or your image of the paradigm or the environment in which you are, which means I can have I can understand something inside a frame. Okay, like who the other person is. Okay, if somebody calls me donkey, then I have to see who called me donkey. If someone says, "You, Guru, you don't know anything about yoga," then there are a lot of people spitting on my YouTube comments. Okay, so no problem. I have to see like who is this person saying that, and I do them the favor of checking out the profile, whoever comments shit, and then when I look at it, I start laughing. I'm like, how does this guy feel qualified to talk about what I'm teaching? He has no idea. Okay, so that's who others are. So the paradigm is there are a lot of idiots out there, and they'll say a lot of idiot things because they're idiots. What else can they say? Idiots can say idiot things. So there are a lot of idiots out there who say idiot things, and that's okay with me. That's really not an issue. I'm not bothered about it. I don't care because I have labeled them as idiot. But when you label someone as not an idiot, then you'll have to start caring about their opinion, and then you can get stressed out about it. Okay, so the image of others and the paradigm. If I think there are no idiots in the world, everyone is intelligent, everyone's comment is important. If I think like that and I don't define that there are idiots, uh, then that's a problem. Okay. Ah, can you hear my neighbor's noise? No? Yes? No? Type NNN if there's no neighbor's noise. Okay. Good. So next, let's talk about. I hope the frame is clear. Yes, they can hear the noise. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't matter. So what can I do about this? So if I'm hearing neighbors' noise when I'm trying to do a podcast, now what do I do? What do I do about it? Right? There's nothing much I can do. There can be a lot of disturbances anywhere. Okay. There can be now somebody's come with a huge package. He'll come and open my gate. Then he'll come and ring the bell, and a lot of things will happen. Okay. But that's normal. Now, I should know the environment in which I'm living. I'm not in a forest. I'm not in a podcasting studio. I'm not anywhere else. It is possible that neighbors can make noise. People, for some reason, go on having kids, and it's there. Noise is there. Okay. So when I understand the see, can you hear the gate? Uh, so when I understand my environment, then I don't have to raise my blood pressure about things. So my paradigm of my environment is totally important. Okay. And then my image of others. If I think everybody is well behaved, amazing people with discipline who care about others in their podcasts, no. My image of others is they're all selfish bastards who care only about themselves most of the time. So when I'm clear about this, when I have a proper frame, then the things that happen in my environment do not affect me. But if I have a wrong frame, then it's a problem. Okay. So my whole life, my father was after my life for various things, like I don't know what, some big Runanubandha. But I used to represent the frame as this is some past life karma and it's really terrible and I don't know how to remove it. So if I don't know how to remove it, I might as well relax and enjoy. So whenever he was yelling at me, I would imagine that it's like wind blowing in an ocean and rolling a ship, and I would just imagine waves coming and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't listen to anything he said because I would just listen like that. When I had the paradigm right that this is not valuable information, it's just some khichdi from past lives that I don't want, you know. So uh, there is. There is relaxation. Okay, then you don't grow old. Huh? You'll remain young. Okay, good. Next, behavior. Behavior is your capabilities and inhibitions. Only you know this. What is your capability and what you won't do. I mean, of course, others know a little bit, but below the surface, you keep hiding a lot of stuff and you don't allow people to know who you really are, how much you are fatu about some things. They'll say, we're all going for the river for a swim. And you'll say, oh, but I would love to come. But and you don't want to say you're scared of water. You say, oh, but at the same time, my in laws are coming, so I can't come. Okay. So you say something like that because you can't say the truth that you're scared of water. Something like that. So because we don't reveal our exact capabilities and then we don't want to look like we don't know, we make up elaborate lies to hide that because I don't know what we are imagining. Because wrong frame, because we don't have a proper frame. We don't have an image of others, an image of the paradigm or environment. Okay. So we have a lot of inhibitions as well. And then we have capabilities as well, which others may not know and you yourself may not be aware of because you haven't really examined your mind. You haven't done yoga and you haven't gone deep inside who you are. So you don't know your own capabilities as well. All this is under the surface. It's all part of the self image. You cannot have capabilities outside of your self image. It's not possible. Okay. So next we'll move to story memories. Okay. Let me check if there are any questions in the comments. Seem to be able to identify kitschy behavior from important people who care about in life as well, Guruji. Sometimes the crap comes from a source you value and care about too, right? Yes, sometimes somebody who you care about can involve in khichdi, gobar kheer behavior. It's a khichdi of gobar and kheer. Okay, so there's nice things about them, but they'll put 2 drops of gobar after making a nice khichdi. They'll go out, find a cow, wait for it, catch little gobar, take 2 drops and put it and mix it and give it to you as a spice. Okay, so when people give you, gobar is cow dung for those who don't know. Okay, So if somebody is giving you a nice sweet dish, kheer, they're giving you kheer, it smells great, but just in front of you they put two drops of gobar, you can't drink it. Okay, so then obviously you have to fix the frame. Who are you? Who are they? What's the paradigm here? You ask yourself. And what's the story that now this will help you? The frame will help you to make a story. If you don't have a frame, you're gonna get screwed. Okay, I hope that answered your question. And now moving on. Okay, look at this. Your story is just your past, present, and future. Okay, what connects the past, present, and future is the stories. But what is the past really? The past is the source of the story. Okay, it's also sound when you look at it, because this is Bhumandala, and to create an experience of time here, there are three worlds: Bhu, Bhuvar, Swa, Swarlok. Okay, so Swarlok is the world of sound. It's the world of past, and it is the source of all creation. It's also called Ichha Shakti. Sound is called Ichha Shakti. Okay, so you hear a lot of sounds. When your subtle senses are open after practicing yoga, you'll hear a lot of sounds, and that's your past. Your past comes as various sounds, and it's through that vibration that the present gets created. Okay, it's also Pashu. It's a animal thing, because you can't have any. When you look at the past, you don't have any agency in the past. You can't change anything there. Okay, so it's also tamasic because you can't change it much, and it is Shiva. All right, this is the past. Now the present is the location. That's where you are right now. Okay, it is made of bhutas, panchabhutas, where you are right now, the present, and it is called Kriya Shakti. It has Kriya Shakti. This is Veera. So Veera means warrior. This for warriors. Okay, the present moment is where warriors can act. Warriors cannot act in the past. They cannot act in the future. They can act now in the present. Okay, and that means it has rajas, action power. Okay, and this is Brahma. Okay, so you can create your future by acting now. Now the future is the destination where you want to go, and it is light. The future exists even now, but it exists as light. All the light that you have right now is actually your future, because that light is going to change how you become right now. Even the light that you produce inside your mitochondria, when foods break down, they release electrons, which then go and excite uh, the mitochondria, and I think the third compartment of mitochondria, maybe the third. It has many compartments, right? I don't know what they're called technically, but something like this only, compartment, something like that is called. Okay, so over there it goes, and then it excites the the proteins there, and then they release light. Okay, that's what happens. So light is released, and that light will then determine what future action your body takes. So even your body and even the entire world is run on light. Light comes and creates the future. That's called Jnana Shakti. Okay, Jnana Shakti is light, and it is called Divya, divine. It's coming from the sun, which is divine, and it is Sattva or Sattvic, and it is Vishnu. Okay, so you understand this story memories. Okay, if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can. I'll just make it smaller. Ah, if you want to screenshot this, you can. Okay, just go ahead and do it. Okay, Aruna is saying inner membrane through NAPDH and FADH2. Love. And this guy is a scientist. Okay, he knows all this shit. Good job. Thank you. Okay, so great. So that's your story. So remember, your story is happening is right here. It's your past, present, and future are all here, and you have to learn how to flow your story from past to the present to the future. That means you have to give the location and the destination into the source. Okay, you have to give the source the location and destination, and it will take you there. That's what I'm going to teach you now. Okay. That's what we do in yagnas. We give the present and the future into the yagna, which is the past, and then it works. All right. Now, your self contract is what you are committed to doing, even if you don't think about it consciously. So, there are a lot of things that we do and we are contracted to. Like some people just light a smoke without thinking. Okay. That's their self contract. They've made a contract that they have to do this. Okay. So, you have to examine your self contracts. You should be automatically doing good things. Without thinking about it, you should be working out. Without thinking about it, you should be eating healthy. Without thinking about it, you should not be getting stressed. You should be relaxed like me. Okay. So that's what it is. So you really need to you need to have a proper self contract. Okay. Good. Okay. Is it all clear now? Do you fully understand self image? Right. USI. Understand self image. Type USI if you totally understand self image now. Okay. Good. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll answer them. Great. And your questions are useful, guys, because this video is going to be on YouTube. And then if you have some really good questions, it will help others who had the same question. Okay. Good. Okay. I see a lot of responses. People have understood self image. Wonderful. That's great. Yeah. Self contract is autopilot. That's right. That's right. That's a good way to look at it. It's like a contract that you fulfill no matter what happens. Okay. So you need to have better self contracts with yourself. My contract with myself is to be fabulous, and I'm fabulous all the time. Okay. I really have a lot of other good contracts. Do amazing things. I have a contract that I will not do boring things. I'm going to do things that turns Devi on. Okay, I'll teach you about it. So that's my contract. Okay. Is a good vision of the past important for the yagna? I have some challenges with the past portion, and I need clarity on the fix it. It's just sound, right? So if your past sound is coming, you can change it to a good sound. Okay, improve your sound, inner sound. You know, like
This is me talking from my nose. This is me talking from my throat.
this is me talking from my chest, and this is me talking from my belly. Improve your sound. That's all. So simple. Most people don't understand the past as sound. Okay, you see the sounds that come out of you when you think about your past. Okay, you sing a song when you're thinking about your past. You'll see the sounds coming out of you. Huh? There'll be no stability. Okay, is self-image and self-belief the same? No, 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 no. Self-belief is all gas. Belief itself is gas. You don't need belief. Run your life on proof. Don't believe anything. Why the hell should you believe anything? Like, why do you need this thing called belief? Why? For what? Why do you need belief? Run your life on knowledge. Belief is important for those who don't have knowledge. Okay. Does vision of oneself come from the heart, which is quantum? Mind is linear, past, present, and future. No, mind is not linear. This past, present, and future, you can take and make khichdi out of it, and people constantly do. But I'm teaching you how to get them out first. Okay. If you take if you take your future, which is a vision, and then you take your present, which is all the five bhutas that are there around you, and you're honest with it, and you put these two into the sound, which I'll teach you to do, don't worry. If you're able to do this, then you can create a good story. Otherwise, your story is going to be really sad. Okay? Past is sound, future is light. What about present moment? Does deja vu have any yogic explanation or significance? No. Deja vu is usually a physiological problem. Those who get deja vu, the brain is affected. They're getting replays of the same thing again and again. Okay, it means nothing. It means that they've perceived something and the brain feels that this has happened before. It's just a feeling. It's not really happened before. It's a problem with the nerves. Okay. Nobody can know the future. I mean, we of course we can predict the future by the light that is there in the present. If you're not even cognizant of the light that's there in the present, then what are you going to do? Make up a future. Okay? Yeah. Should we delete past? Yeah, change your sound and your past is deleted. That's all. When you think about your past, you see how the whining that starts. Yeah? If you change that to, okay, yeah, my father died, so what? Chill. You change the sound, the past is no longer a problem. When you think of your dad, you'll get laughter. You won't be crying. Okay? Good. So they say not even Devi knows the future because she's constantly creating a new future. Yeah, yeah. But Devi's future we can't know, but our future we can know because Devi's light has come for the future. And we can know from the light that's being produced what's going to happen. If you produce certain light in your body, you will get dehydrated. If you produce and if you expose yourself to blue frequency light, you'll get dehydrated. That is the future. Okay? As the future of that light. Depends on how how you handle light, and we can block certain lights and we can allow certain lights. Okay, look, I'm giving you some secrets. You have to contemplate about it and see what it means practically for you. Okay, I'll be teaching you more techniques, don't worry. But this is something that you have to now roll around in your mind. If all my future is light, then what light am I seeing? Usually people are not seeing the future and getting scared. A vision of the future doesn't scare you. They think the past will repeat, so they're making sounds and getting scared. Instead, inner crying. "Ah," that's the sound. Okay. Listening to sad songs is no good at all. Correct. Listening to sad music is not good at all. Listening to sad words is not good at all. If you keep on listening to sad sounds, you'll become sad. Anybody, even Mahatar Babaji, if you play sad songs to him, lock him in a room, which you can't. But even if you could, and you play sad sounds to him, he'll become sad after 2,700 years of yoga. Okay, good. How do we see that light? You create that light. You don't see it. You have to create it. You have to be that light. It gets produced. Like when you're light, you're glowing. Everybody can see. Go sit in the sun a lot. You'll start capturing light. There's no shortage of light in the world. Okay, open your eyes and look. Your eyes are there for seeing light only. Even with your eyes closed, with your third eye open, you can see a lot of light. Okay, good. When the two eyes close, the third eye opens. Correct. Try it and see. Okay. So moving on. Okay. Next is your self image is just a picture of your body. That's all. Okay. And the unconscious mind, Achet Manas. Chet Manas is conscious mind, Achet Manas is unconscious mind. Achet Manas uses this image that you made, your self image. It's just a picture of your body. That's it. Okay. In this picture of your body, everything is there. If the picture is vague, 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 then vague, vague, vague things will happen. But if you have a proper self image, then good things are going to happen in your life. So the Achit Manas uses this image. So if you feel that you're mediocre, you'll do mediocre. You cannot do elite. But if you're mediocre and you want to do elite, big problem. Okay. So your biggest responsibility on earth is to maintain a stable self image that is symbiotic with your environment. Okay. Now let's look at this. The unconscious mind uses this image to create your experience from senses and stories. So it takes your stories and your senses and it creates your experience. Your life is a series of experiences strung in linear time. But we don't experience time by the clock. Our past, present, and future are not linear like the clock. And because of this volatility, there is a high potential for shabbiness and mediocrity. Okay, got it? Okay. That means your potential. I mean, uh, your story. Your story doesn't follow the clock linear time. The clock's linear time goes from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock in that way, linear. Okay. from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday, from May to June to July to August, from 2023 to 2024 to 2025. That's how it goes. It's linear. That's the clock. But our time is not linear. Our stories can change every time. Suddenly, the relative you don't like comes, and then you have a different story going on. A different past has come, a different sound came. Came. Okay? As soon as that came, then that's a source. Now, from that source, what can you do? You've taken your location. You find your location is in a place of shit. Just 2 minutes ago, you were in a place of joy, maybe playing with your kid, and then this relative came, and then now you are in a place of sorrow. So you see how your story can become khichdi because you are not become stable about your story. You don't know what the hell is going on in your life. You don't have a proper story. So story can be hijacked. It does not go according to linear time. Some other past is now acting. There was a past where you were having fun with your kid, and suddenly there's this past where now you had to be sad. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, how to create a self image which is in symbiosis with the present world. Mostly there are people who are drowned in fear of Kali Yuga. Okay, no problem. I will tell you. And please expand about working with people in harmony. Make peace during registration negotiation if the other person is coming from a hierarchical perspective and authority. You don't have to do all that. I'll tell you what to do. Okay, in the next slide. Good. So, okay, your biggest responsibility on earth is to maintain a stable self image that is symbiotic with your environment. Ta-da-da. What is symbiosis? This is what everyone is asking me, right? Let us zoom in. Selfishness is all about I. Altruism is all about you giving. And symbiosis is about us. The goal of selfishness is self development, the highest goal. The goal of altruism is to develop others. But the symbiosis story is to develop the story of self and others together. Okay? This is what you need to understand. That is what symbiosis is. So you can check your story, what's going on. The story all about yourself, then you're selfish and narcissistic. Narcissistic. Just say narcissistic to someone, you can make them angry. Okay? Because the word is like that. The sound is like that. Okay. And altruism is all about giving and service and seva. What people call seva, which they don't understand, that is not seva. They call dana as seva. Okay? Giving, 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 giving. And symbiosis is to develop the story of yourself and others where you also win and they also win. It's not a difficult thing to understand. Look at a crocodile and a bird that comes and sits on the crocodile's mouth and eats the meat from his mouth. The crocodile does not chomp it. The bird is so secure it can go into a crocodile's mouth. So symbiosis brings security because you can rely on the other person because you know that you are benefiting them and they won't put a knife in your back. That's the kind of relationships you have to have with everyone. So if you have relationships with people and you get into social contracts with people where you are automatically doing certain behavior, then you are in trouble. You have to void that contract, void the social contract with this person who has hierarchical structures and whatever. Tell them, get out of my life till you can respect me. If you don't have this courage, Veera, if you don't have this Veera, then you're never going to be able to act. Okay? Should have Virya for that. Okay? Most men are wasting their Virya ejaculating. They don't have any Virya left. They don't have any courage left. Okay? If you want to be a Veera and you want to be active in the present, you have to stop ejaculating as a man. And women, you need to get sexually aroused and store that energy because that energy only becomes Virya. You'll not get courage if you're not an erotic person. It just won't happen. These two things don't go together. That's why warriors are extremely sexy. Okay? That's the reason. All right. So you need to understand Virya if you want to be a Veera. Okay. I've talked a lot about this in other podcasts. I'll not get into it now. Is it is important to draw this by hand rather than use AI because it forces you to see. Okay? You want to create the future, you have to draw. You have to use your vision and draw. Your inner vision has to see it, you see the light, and then draw that light. Okay? But when you use AI, you're using sounds, you're using words, which are just sounds. You're using sounds to create. You'll only get what you already got. You'll not be able to create the future with AI because AI is created using words. AI images are created using words, right? Yeah, that's why. Okay, good. Let's move on. Those of you who are using AI to make your self image, shoot yourself in the head. Okay, good. No, don't. Just take a paper and draw. Okay. Installing a new self image. Now I'm going to teach you how to install a new self image. You get ready, okay? First, you have to relax the body with 5 minutes of 888 triangle breathing. What does that mean? It's a triangle. Inhale, exhale, hold. Same length of time. 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale, 5 seconds hold. If you can do longer inhale, longer exhale, and longer hold, that's fine. The longer the better, in fact. Okay, so watch me now. I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count. Okay, holding now. Then breathing out. Okay, I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing before. You should inhale, hold, exhale. Then inhale, hold, exhale. Okay, I'm doing 8 count. Inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale. Okay, what this does is when you hold your breath, then oxygen goes and moves. A lot of people have hypoxia, okay? They don't have enough oxygen in their body. And when you don't have enough oxygen in your body, you start getting fat and you'll have snoring. Snoring will be a huge problem when you don't have enough oxygen in your body. And you'll also, and doctors are saying you snore because you're fat. No, you got fat and you're snoring because of the same reason, hypoxia. And you're not able to handle fats. Fats are not being able to be broken down. That is why that's happening. And you could also get a lot of upset stomach when you have hypoxia. Another, if you respond badly to fats, a lot of people say it's a liver problem because a lot of bile got produced. But a lot of bile got produced because you just don't have enough oxygen to process those fats. That's why bile is trying to do the job of oxygen, but it's not working. Okay, so these are all situations can be solved with just this breathing. And what will happen when you have enough oxygen is that you'll burn fat and you'll be able to get a lot of electrons and a lot of light here to create the murti. So you will do this for 5 continuous minutes. Okay, no stopping, 5 minutes. You do this. That is stage one. Second is called Ishwari Kriya. Okay, Ishwari Yagna. Okay, the mantra Yai, which is a sound, awakens the three fires of the body. How to use this? Chant in Madhyama. Okay, there are four ways to chant. Um, Vaikhari, Madhyama, Para, and Pashanti. These are the four ways to chant. Okay, Vaikhari is loud chanting. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam. That is why loud chanting. Okay, But Madhyama is is where you feel the vibration in your body, but people outside can't hear. Okay, so you're chanting inwards, you're sending the sound inwards. Like yai is outside, but look at this. You can't even hear me. But if you put your hand on my chest or my stomach, you'll feel the yai everywhere. My whole body is going yai. If I lean, I speak a lot in a combination of Madhyama and Pashyanti. Okay. So one day I was leaning on a bed and I was talking, and the people on the bed are feeling the vibration from my speech. So you have to practice Madhyama until you can vibrate like that. If you chant a mantra in a combination of Madhyama and Vaikari, you can vibrate everything in the room. Okay? So you have to chant in Madhyama. Is that clear? What is Madhyama? Yeah, the Buddhist monks, when they make, that's right. The Buddhist monks keep saying things, right? Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And then they're just vibrating themselves. And if you put your hand on their back, you can also vibrate. Okay? So, like that. Good. So, that is Madhyama. Everybody got it. Then Para is chanting silently without any vibration of your body. Only your mind is vibrating with the mantra. Okay? That is Para. And Pashyanti is seeing the mantra, seeing the deity of the mantra. Okay, you don't even have to chant the mantra. Pashyanti means to see. Okay, so those are the four things. Okay, that's where Marathi paha comes from the word Pashyanti. Okay, so chant in Madhyama, and so that you can feel the vibrations, think of them as the vibration between two fire sticks that produce sparks that ignite three flames: Mulagni, Jataragni, Chidagni. Mulagni is your sexual fire, it's on the pelvic floor. Jataragni is your digestive fire, it's in the intestines. Chidagni is your intellectual fire, which is in your skull. Okay? Mulagni processes the past of your story. Jataragni processes the present part of your story. Chidagni processes the future part of your story. So chant these three till these three flames can be felt blazing. Not seen but felt. They don't feel hot, but they flicker like a regular flame, and you can feel those flickers inside. Okay? And you can hear sometimes the sound of these three flames burning. Okay, so you have to get that flame going by using the mantra yai. Say the mantra and then check whether you can feel the flicker of the flames. Yeah, I'm feeling a nice flame blazing. It's just blazing and going. Okay, this is Devi inside. If you can't feel it, you do 5 more minutes of triangle breathing. Okay, that's because you're too stressed. You don't have enough oxygen, so you're not feeling the flame. Okay, so you do 5 more minutes of breathing, it will work. If you're still not feeling it, then you do 5 more minutes. If you're still not feeling it, then you do 5 more minutes. If you do this the whole day, you'll definitely feel the flames. Okay, so be absolutely determined to do this. Don't be wishy washy about it. You have to feel this whole flame going in. Okay, wow, I'm feeling amazing. Are the vocal cords used in Madhyama? Yes, but it's vibrating in a very different way that the whole body is used. Okay, your music band has those vibrations. Yes, that's right. Music band has Madhyama vibrations. Even my singing has Madhyama vibration. If you listen to me singing, you'll also vibrate. Okay, good. So if you can't feel it, continue to do it. Don't give up. Okay, and you'll get it. There's this temptation to treat this as like a free pass or a scientific techniques that works all the time. It only works when you have Devi's grace. She is not impressed with mediocrity. She is turned on. Turned on. She is turned on only with a desire for a sexy body bursting with health. Okay. And she is turned on by impossible stuff. I'll tell you later. Okay. You need that you need a different body if you want to manifest a different life. This is what the manifestation gurus don't tell you. Unless your body changes, you'll not be able to do new things. You'll not be a new person in the same old body. You cannot have a new person in the same old body. Your body has to change. Okay, remember this. So you're not going to uh, have any changes if you continue the same body. Has to change. Okay? The same crap you can manifest with the same khichdi that you're manifesting now. You can continue to manifest. Okay. Ah, can feel your chanting here. Great. My laptop's vibrating from the chant. Okay, great. Do we have to focus on any chakra together while doing no chakra gikra and all? You just feel this yai going and lighting up the three fires. Okay, this much has to be burning, blazing. Okay, now I got my fire blazing. Okay, I don't know if you can see any difference, but I can feel it. That's why I said it's not seen, it's felt. Okay, so remember, Devi has to. You have to have Devi's grace. Then only there's lights. Okay, if you have a big ass desire, big ass vision that turns Devi on, she will respond to you. Otherwise, she'll say, "What is this?" and she'll kill you. Okay, she's like that. Okay. Feed the present image. Devi is God, by the way, for those who don't know. Feed the present image and the new image into the three flames. Okay. That means you have to create a new self image. That means you have to make a drawing, not AI drawing. Okay. And if you want to draw your current self, you can draw your current self as well. That's also fine. Or you can just look in the mirror, remember that image, and put that image inside. Also, that's here where I am humbly, and here's where I want to go. Okay, you feed it into all the three flames. First you offer to here Mula Agni, give it to Mula Agni, then give it to Jataragni, then give it to Chidagni. Okay, ask Devi, are you happy with this offering, and wait for a reply, and the reply will come in your subtle senses. Suddenly you will sense Ishwari Devi saying, okay, I like this. Okay, she'll give you a pleasant vibration, and she'll tell you. Usually she vibrates below the navel. You get a vibration below the navel, you feel really nice that Devi's accepted this thing. And your life will change. Okay? I don't know why when kids stand next to each other, they shout. They got volume control issues. Okay. Now, practice awareness sincerely. Make a tabular column of the differences in thinking and reactions to your problems and your emotions. Okay? In thinking, emotions, and reaction to your problem. So you make a list of your problems first. These are all my problems. Then you say, okay, currently, how do I think about it? What are my emotions about it? And how do I react about it? Okay. If you're my student, I've already sent you a sample of this, which is there um, in the community. Okay. You can see this in the students community. I have given an example of how I did this. For those who have joined new, I will reshare it. But you had to first write down all your problems. Then you have to say, how do I think about this? What are my thoughts about this? What are my emotions about this? And what are my reactions to this? You write it all down. Once you've written it all down, you get disgusted with it. Get disgusted with the present you and raise your standards by choosing to think and behave like the new image. Okay? So you also write down how the new image is going to think about it, is going to uh, have emotions. What emotions are they going to have? Okay, they'll have spiritual emotions. And if you want to know what spiritual emotions is, watch my talk called Spiritual Emotions. It's on YouTube, it's free. What spiritual emotions, you'll know what spiritual emotions are. So the next one is called spiritual emotions. And then finally, there is something called mm, your reaction. Okay, so how will this, what will be the actions that your new self image will take? When you start comparing these two, you get disgusted with the one that you have presently. Disgust is a spiritual emotion. Raise your standards by choosing to think and behave like the new image. And journal your success or failure and be disgusted if you fail so that you don't do it again. Okay? Then you'll become elite. You'll become amazing if you do this. So that's called installing a new self image. Okay? Good. Now, finally, Oh, we finished fast, huh? Less than an hour. My guru Matar Babaji said, Devi is turned on only by impossible things. All right? Good. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you're not yet my student, I've included a link of how to be my student below. If you're interested, you can go ahead and click it. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, Avinash is saying I can see beads of sweat on you. That's right. That's because of the fire's going. The Agni is going right now, and I put things into it. Okay, good. That's the power of the mantra, guys. And next one is: can I consider it a positive result if I'm only feeling the emotions of the new me and not the old me now? Yes, that's on the way to your Varatha, and very shortly, in 3 4 days, you'll see physical changes. Like I showed you today in the group, right? I showed you my photo after I drew my Varatha Murti. I solved a lot of problems. My God, I'm really sweating. I solved a lot of problems, and look what happened, man. Like, there's no fat. I'm getting six packs. It just my whole body just changed. Okay, so that's what happened. You will physically see changes in 2 to 3 days of doing it properly. If you've done it properly, you'll physically see changes. Your eyesight might get better, and you stop wearing specs, or your hair might start to grow back. Who knows what happens? A lot of things will happen. Okay, good. So that's what it is. Okay, anybody got any questions you ask? I finished teaching. Who got questions? Anybody got questions? If you don't have questions, you better practice, okay? If after this, if you don't practice, no, I'm going to come in your dreams and give you nightmares. Okay. Guruji, the fire is burning inside us. Is the tapam being referred to when they say japam, tapam, yogam? Yes, boss. These three fires only are tapam. My throat and center of body feels on fire. That's good. You'll be able to feel it, okay? But even though it's not very hot, it's making me sweat like anything. Better drink some water. Okay. Questions? Anybody got questions? No questions? Type NQ if you have no question. Come anyway in dreams. Then if I come nicely, you'll be very happy. But if I come in my Raudra Roop, then you'll run away. Okay? So no need. Do your work. Then you'll be able to meet me in dreams in a positive way. The person you meet in your dreams when you don't do your work is different, and when you do your work is different. Okay, good. I don't think anyone has any questions. Let's close for today. No one's typing NQ also. Okay, it's the end, guys. I don't have any questions coming in. No questions, says Avinash. One question. Mm, what's the difference between light coming from the heart and third eye? I don't know this answer. No idea. What are you referring to, Mahesh? I have no idea. You asked me on WhatsApp. You will continue to practice this yoga until you turn into the new body, until you are your new body, your new image, until your body looks like that image you're going to practice. Okay? Till then, you'll continue practicing. Okay, good. Okay, everybody's saying no questions, no questions, no questions. I don't see no questions. All right. Nirmala says, thank you. Okay, good. Should we paint the Bharata Murti? Of course you should. Make it as beautiful an image as you want. Go ahead and do it. Can you explain the practice again? Oh my God. Okay. You got the breathing, right? You have to oxygenate your body with this breathing. Inhale, hold, exhale. Don't hold your breath out, you'll remove oxygen. Inhale, hold, you get enough time to take the oxygen, and then you exhale. After doing this for 5 minutes, You chant the mantra Yai in Madhyama so that you can feel the vibrations. Why don't you just screenshot this damn thing? Okay, take a screenshot. How to become elite. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope you took a screenshot. Now, Yai the mantra is like two, fire sticks. You rub them together, sparks come. Yai, it catches fire. Mulagni, Jatragni, Chidagni. In the pelvic floor, in the intestines, and in the skull, there are three fires that catch. Okay. After some time, they all coalesce into one fire: sexual fire, digestive fire, intellectual fire. And chant till these three flames can be felt blazing. So I have to just do it once. One yai is enough for me. But if you need more, you do more, and make sure that they're blazing. You feel them, you feel the flickers, and you feel the pressure and everything. But they're not really too hot. They're not going to make your internal organs too hot. Okay, and they flicker like a regular flame, and they burn brighter with more mantra. Okay, so you can chant more mantra if you want to make it more bright. If you can't feel it, you do 5 more minutes of triangle breathing, and then you do. You'll get it. If you just can't do it, then this is a loop. You keep doing 5 minutes triangle breathing until you can get it. Don't get up from there. Let it be 5 days. Also, you have to sit down. Sit down till you can feel it. This only works when you have Devi's grace. If you have a kingdom of mediocrity and even your future thing is mediocre, Devi is not going to be turned on. Okay, she wants to make you into a great form. If you're not interested in having a great form, it doesn't work. Okay, so feed the present image and the new image into the three flames. So you take that image in your hands like this and feed it into the flame. Take the image again, think it's in your hands, feed it into the flame. Present and future. Take the present image. This is location. This is destination. Location, destination. Sorry, not throat but head. Location, destination. Okay, offer it. And ask Devi, are you happy with this, Devi? And wait for reply, and you'll get a vibration somewhere under your navel. It will vibrate. Okay, it'll come in your subtle senses somehow. Sometimes you'll see Devi, sometimes you'll hear a voice. All sort of things will happen, and you do this daily until you are the new self-image. Till you are the new self-image. Don't stop. Okay, then you have to practice awareness every day sincerely. Make a tabular column of the differences in thinking, emotions, and reactions to your problems between uh, the present mediocre you and the new elite you. Okay, I'll put commas here so you're not confused. Thinking, emotions, and reactions between present mediocre you and the new elite you. So three columns: problems, my thinking, emotions, and reactions now, my thinking, emotions, and reactions the new way, in the new murti, in the new image, new self-image. Okay, then get disgusted with the present you and raise your standards by choosing to think and behave like the new image. Then journal your success or failure and be disgusted if you fail so that you don't do it again and become elite. Okay, done. I'm not explaining it again. I hope you got it. Next. Do I engineer the name of a new body or be a witness to it as it happens? You beg Devi. You don't have to engineer anything. You don't have to witness anything either. I have only been hearing anklet sounds and some distinct smell. It's the same smell the three times I did it. Feeling can be in smell too. Yes, feeling is also smell, but feeling will also be like feelings. Okay, not smells. Feelings are sensation in your body, not in your ears. Anklets is only in your ears. If you're feeling the anklets, then it's different. My throat feels like it's on fire. Drink water. Okay, Mabel is thanking me for the recap. Good. Varartha Murti is for changing the subtle body. However, does it help in altering my physical body? Day, I showed you my six pack coming now. Improving flexibilities, get the asanas. Of course, it will work. Make a good self image. It will work. Anything will work. Okay, good. Okay, my neighbors are getting like super noisy, so I'm gonna go. Okay, I hope you have no more questions. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste very much, and see you next time. Okay, bye.